What's up? And welcome back to another Backseat Blogger. Okay, we gotta work on an intro because I honestly don't know. Welcome to my channel where I take blog posts and I revamp them into videos. In case you don't like reading, which you probably should. Just a tip, some of this stuff won't work for you, and that's totally okay. Take it with a grain of salt, use what works for you, and let me know in the process, because I'm curious if it does. If you want to know, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 nights a week. Blog posts come out every Tuesday and Saturday, and you're more than welcome to stop by or check out any of those. The links are below. But yeah, let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about mental health and streaming. I'm probably going to get some backlash from this, but that's okay. I think mental health and streaming can be super difficult. Before I begin, I'd like to also say that streamers are not therapists. I repeat, whoa, too close. Streamers are not therapists. Neither are viewers. You want to try to make it so that you're there for your community, I guess. A safe space is always great, but you don't want it to turn into a therapy session. Not only because you're not probably trained in this area, and don't worry, knowing a lot about a subject does not mean that you're properly trained. So you want to kind of make it so that people don't dump everything, I guess, if that makes sense. I've had people come to my stream and they've been like that, and it's very awkward, especially when it's daily, on how to handle that, because you don't want to turn them away. You may be the only person that listens, but you try to give solutions and it just goes nowhere at all. This goes back to what I've said before in previous blogs and in videos, where if you are more transparent with your community, it makes it a lot easier to grow. That being said, I don't think creating a space where everybody can dump on everyone, it's very taxing. It really is. If you have someone, for example, we'll talk about my stream. I have a viewer that comes in every couple months. Normally nothing's good happening in their life. You try to put positive spins on things, and I get that. They come in and they vent and they let me know how they're doing. I'm okay with that. They come in every few months. They have their own life outside of stream. It is what it is. But if that person was to come in every day and every day talk about that, it would make the stream a very different vibe. You want to know that they're able to talk to you about things, but you don't want them to feel like it's putting off on other viewers, if that makes sense. Not everybody's comfortable talking about mental health, and that's something that by talking about will make it a lot easier, but you also don't want to make it so that it's all you talk about. I also know streamers who've wanted to have mental health streams so that they advocate, and that's what seems to be trendy in streamer world. I said it. It seems to pull viewers in sometimes. However, I've been on the other end where a streamer would dump on their viewers, kind of thing. So they had a mental health stream, quote unquote, where they kind of just vented to their viewers, and that's not going to make people want to come back. If you come to my stream and all you do is you listen to me talk, oh, well, my life is so tough, and my parents are this, and my siblings are that, and I'm just so frustrated with my job, and my life is just so terrible, you're not going to want to come back to my stream. You got to remember too, on the flip side, people come to streams because it's an escape. Even if they vent about things or they rant, that's okay. But you have to kind of know yourself and where to draw the line, I guess. I know for me, I stopped going to their stream very early on. They don't even stream anymore. But covering it as a mental health, I guess, a mental health stream for your own personal soapbox, is not going to make people want to stick around at all. Another very valid point I think anybody should remember is if you're a viewer going into someone else's stream and you're talking about life things, and that's okay if the streamer is all right with what you do. Remember, at the end of the day, that stream is that streamer's stream. My stream is my stream. Your stream is your stream. Everybody streams their own stream. So what's okay in my stream is definitely not okay in someone else's stream. It's important to remember that each stream is different. And while one topic of mental health may be okay in another stream, the flip side, somebody might not want to hear it because they have their own mental health issues or are struggling with different things like anxiety or depression. And by hearing about it, it's just going to make it worse for them. So I think it's important that if you're going to talk about this stuff, make sure that it's a safe space and that you're not causing the streamer any more stress or putting a burden on them. Another thing is, if you're trying to vent or rant or whatever about things, it can be extremely hard if the person's live because they're trying to keep an uplifting vibe, or maybe it's not the mood, or you haven't read the room, and you're putting a lot of pressure on the streamer to kind of answer your questions. For me, for example, I have suicide awareness training. I had it with work. I haven't really studied it in a long time. I probably could remember it. That being said, I don't advertise that because I don't want that kind of thing in my stream. Not that I don't mind people venting, because I obviously just said I don't mind when people come in here and there, and depending on the room. But I don't want people to rely on me because I'm not trained in that. I mean, I do have the suicide prevention and awareness and can probably de-escalate a situation, but I don't want to be that person. I'm not trained recently. I have not taken specific courses for that. I don't want that burden that if I can't help somebody more than just listening, then that would be really tragic if something didn't really happen the way that you would like it to. Another great issue with mental health streams, I think, would be even if you designated a day, say maybe Sundays or Fridays or something, where you guys have a just chatting. And if that's what you feel like doing, or you can do it all the time, which could be kind of tricky because then you'd have to be on alert with your viewers. But having a designated day to talk about mental health would be a great way to even grow closer with your community. Maybe at the end of the week you had a tough time, you had a couple bills, your car broke down, and you want to vent about it, or you're having relationship problems and you'd like to have some outside view. I think the other thing to be aware of is, even if a streamer is very open with mental health, their viewers might not be. And while I like to think the streamer would probably have the viewers back who's in a crisis or having some problems with their life, some of their viewers might not be so kind. And that's kind of where you want to, see what's happening. And lastly, I'd like to talk about this because it seems to be so bad with streamers. If you are not feeling a stream, take a day off. This is literally a video I just edited, coming out probably before this one or two. Check out the playlist if you want to see more. If you don't feel it, take a day off. I'm recording this on October 1st because I record in advance, as you guys know. And yesterday, I didn't stream. Why? I didn't feel like it. I just didn't. Do I feel bad? A little bit. Did I have the energy? No, because my son's been up for the last few nights and not sleeping very great. But that's part of life. If you need to take a day off, do it. It's better, in my opinion, to take a day off, take a break, take a hiatus, something, than to stream and not be happy. Because if you're not loving what you're doing, it's going to show. And you really don't want that to happen. Seriously. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. Just don't do it. If you don't want to go to work, I guess use sick time or something, but don't do it. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, viewers can pick up on that. And it's going to be extremely hard to put on a fake face if you're not feeling it. This also falls into the whole I'm grinding mindset. I was there. A few years ago I was when I first started streaming. Gonna be grinding out this stream tonight. Gonna be grinding. No, you ain't grinding nothing. You're putting time in and you're making yourself miserable because you don't want to do it. And if you're grinding, you're not just streaming, you're doing other things like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Discord. You're not just grinding to be successful. I hate hearing that, and it makes me so cringe to think that I used to be like that. With that being said, I think it's important to remember that not every stream is going to be as open about mental health. Some people, like I said before, they just don't want to talk about it. And even if they did, maybe they're not ready. The important thing is to take care of you. You are number one. So take care of you. If you want to take a day off, do it. If you want to stream more, do it. But don't let your mental health get in the way of that. As my dad always said, if you overbook yourself, you're literally burning the candle at both ends. And that doesn't sound like a good time for anyone. And I've been there many times myself. If you like this video, thanks for watching. Number one, follow, like, subscribe. And if these tips don't help you, well, there's lots of other videos coming out and previous ones that you're more than welcome to check out. Happy streaming, and I hope to see you in chat. Bye!